So I believe entrepreneurship is in my blood. My mom's dad, my grandfather, Papa Soto, he owned a restaurant, a Mexican restaurant called El Gordo's. He actually owned two at one point, one in Harbor City, and one in San Pedro, and then he also owned a tortilla factory in Southgate. So at a young age, I was introduced to that. And my dad has always been that way as well. Like I remember when we were little, one of our first experiences, our first business experiences, I was probably about maybe 7 or 8 and my sister was like 5 or 6. We would go down the street. There was a street full of pine trees that had pine cones. So me and my dad would take us and we'd go pick all the pine cones because my grandmother used to decorate them really pretty. And so we spray painted them silver and gold. And my dad had a friend that owned a Christmas tree lot in, I think it was Wilmington. So we spray painted them and we put them in this nice big basket and would sell them to people that bought Christmas trees. And then I also was a big nail polish freak. Like I loved getting manicures. I was so girly. And painting my nails. So I used to always collect nail polish. And then one year for my birthday, my grandma bought me this, it was one of those like it's a little warmer that you put lotion inside of it and you dip your nails in there and it kind of softens your hands. And then you like massage them and when you give a little pedicure. Because I guess that's how they used to do it back in the days. They don't do that anymore, I don't think. I always give myself a manicure, so I don't know. But I got one of those, so I used to charge people to paint their nails or give them a manicure. My dad was my customer. I wouldn't paint his nails, but I would clean them up. And yeah, and then after that, I always worked at jobs, but I always did little side businesses on the side, like part-time. I used to sell makeup. I used to do makeup. I do facials. I also started a modeling agency because one day me and my friend had this conversation. She worked in the wine and spirits industry and she was telling me how she pays an agency for the models, and we used to do that when we were younger. We were promotional models. She's like, yeah, I pay them, and like half of that money goes to the agency and the other half goes to the models. And since some of the models, why don't you do it? And I was like, hey, why don't I do it? So I looked into it and I got my business license, and then I just went from there and started doing it. And that little business was pretty, and my sister used to do that with me as well. And that one went pretty well because all the money I made from that business, I used when I went to Europe. Like I saved it, we both saved it, and we used it for our Europe trip. So that was pretty cool. But now I'm ready to start my own business in the Ayurvedic field. And I can't wait, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm starting to do services, so if anyone's interested, and my website will be out soon. And I'll be putting out a lot of content on all of the herbs and the benefits of them and the treatments that I have available. So I hope you all have a good night, and I will see you guys soon.